Yo, what is going on YouTube? I am Germ here. Today we have some really massive news in the League of Legends world to talk about. Now, this is not directly esports related, so it's a little bit something different than we usually cover on this channel, but I do still want to talk about it. And, if more stories like this pop up in the future, I do want to still on this channel hopefully be able to talk about other League of Legends and kind of esports and gaming news in general, because obviously, most of my channel has been centered around competitive League of Legends and more specifically the off-season content. That's where we get a majority of our views. That's where we get a majority of our subscribers. But unfortunately, the off-season's only pocketed into like a couple of months after Worlds, and then kind of maybe like a month in between spring and summer split. So we can't just be a YouTube channel for 3 months of the year. We still have things to piece up in between. And obviously throughout the season, I love covering the LCS and love covering the LEC. But hey, when Tyler1 becomes a free agent, I think you got to talk about that, and I hope that, you guys do enjoy this video and still support it, and I hope stuff like this can have a future on my channel. So definitely drop a like if you guys do enjoy this video. I would appreciate that a ton, and it helps me know, hey, should we do more of this or should we not? I don't know. And subscribe to stay up to date on all my latest content. I would appreciate that a ton, helping run those numbers up. But with that being said, let's get right into this one. The massive news coming out today, messing up my scenes and stuff. The massive news coming out today. This is a tweet from T1 just about an hour ago. So, we're trying to stay up to date on everything too, trying to get, some of the breaking news out to you guys. They said, "We'd like to thank LOL Tyler1 for being part of the T1 family. We are thankful for the time you spent here and all the memories made. We will continue to watch your growth, and we know you'll continue to shine. Hashtag built different." And they post like this 2-minute video of just all the different kinds of highlights that Tyler1, has had. Obviously, Tyler1 and Faker hanging out. That was a crazy moment for a lot of people. Buzz Lightyear hitting Challenger, all of this different stuff. The T1 workout competitions, which were huge content on Twitch. Him opening up a jersey, just all the different kinds of moments and stuff. And then obviously ending it with "thank you Tyler1." And this is crazy. I mean, to a lot of people, it was surprising and insane when Tyler1 actually joined an esports organization. I know people were very skeptical about that in the beginning, not because Tyler isn't huge and a massive content creator and gonna have great reach for whatever org or whatever he's a part of, but because Tyler1 is, built different. He is a little bit different. He's not as, marketable or as, brand friendly or whatever as a lot of other people. And, he grinds for sure. He streams a ton. He makes a ton of content, does a good job on Twitch, YouTube, all that stuff. But at the same time, he's not a guy who you would traditionally think about, cutting promos like for your new merch or an ad read for your new sponsor or anything like that. So, how much value can he exactly provide to an esports organization or something like that? I don't know. It was definitely a fair question because, yes, he is putting up insane numbers. He is one of the biggest, if not the biggest League of Legends content creator, streamer, YouTuber, whole combination. I think he has 2.74 million subscribers on YouTube. Every time I'm on Twitch, I see him with like 40,000 viewers on Twitch, which is just crazy. And yeah, putting up massive numbers. But yeah, he joined T1. It was a really crazy thing. We got the T1 by T1 kind of just crossover. And then also, yeah, Tyler1 meeting Faker, Tyler1 rooting for T1. All this stuff was really crazy. But now, it brings up a couple of different questions. One is this from Hunter. This is a guy who used to work at Esports Talk or Esports News, whatever. I don't know. The thing with Jake Lucky, I can't remember what it's called, but he used to work there. And he said, he tweeted this graph out, and he says, LG topping the charts of hours watched for content creators. XQC is 76% of LG. It's interesting to see which orgs have a single creator that accounts for most of their watch time, like Tyler1 with T1, and other teams have a more widespread. This is very interesting because he tweeted this out this morning before this Tyler1 news came out, indicating just how important Tyler1 is to T1, at least in terms of streaming. Maybe their main focus isn't going to be streaming anymore. Maybe they're going to sign some new streamers, who knows? But I thought that this graph was very interesting. In the year of 2021, T1 as an organization, I believe this is, had like 128 million watch hours, which is great. This had them 9th in terms of overall organizations. But Tyler1 accounted for 60% of their streaming watch time. This is Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook all put together. And that really shows not only how massive Tyler1 is, that 60% is carrying this organization, and that, that him pretty much solely has them in this ninth place position. But it also shows now how much they're going to be missing. You know, their Twitch watch time, their Twitch presence is going to be cut almost in half. Now, it is kind of interesting because obviously T1 is a historically, you know, Korean organization with a ton of Korean fans. You know, it's not a super Western facing thing, but also they're, you know, a Western organization and a Western company now, and they do want to grow, you know, their North American and their European fan bases and all that stuff. You know, they have the NA team in Valorant. They have obviously Tyler1 over here. They have all this new stuff that they're trying to do, while still also having T1 in the LCK being some of their biggest, you know, assets and everything too, which is really, really weird. And I imagine it's super, super tough to balance. But I mean, yes, this is going to be a massive, massive hit for T1. It's going to be interesting to see, you know, how they're able to replace Tyler1 in terms of Twitch watch time, in terms of any other kind of content creators or what they're going to do. And then on the Tyler1 side, you know, the question is going to come up of, hey, what's next for him? I know that COVID has hit him very, very hard in some ways. I know he had all these plans for taking the TCS, you know, the Tyler1 Championship Series, in person. You know, that was a talk like back in 2018, 2019 that, hey, TCS is going so well. It's so insane. This thing's going to be crazy. You know, we're going to sell out a stadium for the TCS or whatever. But then obviously COVID happened. And I don't know if that idea has just been completely dropped or if it's gotten pushed to the side, if he's still planning on doing that. But man, if he's going to do the TCS and it's going to be live and in person one day, you know, whenever COVID decides to let that happen, I mean, that's going to be a massive, massive deal for an organization to potentially get behind, for an organization to potentially have their name on. But either way, you know, this guy is a free agent now. And like I said, he's getting, you know, however many million hours of watch time. And that's a valuable, valuable asset. Now, how has Tyler1 felt about his experience with the brand and an organization? How has that organization felt about him? You know, did they feel like they got a good deal? Did they feel like they didn't? Did they feel like he was good to work with, bad to work with? You know, was he advertiser friendly enough? Was he not? Will another organization be interested in him? You know, there's tons of big NA organizations, obviously, you know, obviously everyone's saying, hey, maybe Cloud9 is going to reach out to him or want him or sign him because, you know, his girlfriend Kayla's already there and Cloud9 has been very, very active, you know, in signing tons and tons of streamers and content creators and stuff. There's, you know, Team Liquid, there's 100 Thieves. I don't think that's going to happen. But, you know, there's all these other teams and who knows if Tyler1's going to get some massive offer that he can't turn down or if he's going to do his own thing for a while, which would also be interesting. But it does obviously seem like kind of a new era and a new chapter for both T1 and Tyler1, because yeah, I mean, this was something interesting. This is something different. You know, this is T1 having an actual organization behind him, and like I said, he got to do some cool stuff. The content with Faker was great. The content of, you know, his powerlifting competitions, those have tons of views on YouTube. Those were huge moments on Twitch, and those had to be great for both him and T1. But I do wonder what the future has in store. I wonder what's next for Tyler. I wonder what's next for T1. And it's going to be fun to watch and fun to see because, you know, there's a massive organization, T1, that now has an opening and a massive content creator in Tyler1 who is now a free agent. But that is pretty much it for this video today, guys. Definitely drop a like if you did enjoy it. I would appreciate that so much. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think is next for Tyler1. Do you think he's going to stay solo? You think he's going to start his own, you know, big, crazy something? You know, do you think he has something planned? Or do you think he's going to sign with an org? I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions. Subscribe, save today, and all my latest content. Hopefully catch you guys in the next one. But until then, peace.